Well. Good morning, everybody. Wow, we're early and we've already got 20 people in here. That's awesome, guys. Um, while we're waiting for a few more to get in here, guys, I just want to make the statement, okay? Listen, I did, right after I started loading my video yesterday, I called Leslie Earhart. There was no answer, but there was an answering machine, and I did leave a detailed message of what I was calling about, what I had discovered, where it was located, the whole kit and caboodle. I did tell her and on the voicemail, and I do have that recorded if anybody needs verification of it. Okay. I will try to get back in touch with her again today if I do not hear back from her. But I doubt that I'm going to hear back from her, guys. I mean, they're not giving out any information otherwise. Why would they call me back over something like that? Two, yes, after I loaded the video and after I called TBI, yes, I called Dawn and I told Dawn that I was calling because I had found that jacket. I knew where it was at because I wanted to get his response. And his response will come out later on. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I've got information, but the conversation after the initial response sort of got ugly towards somebody, and I don't want to put that person through what Don Wells said. I'm not going to change anything he said, but I just don't want that kind of language on my channel. Um, I am not one to lie about what is going on. I'm not one to make up stuff about somebody else. I'm not one to try to tear somebody down. I am not one to try to cause trouble for anyone, not even Kathy. I have nothing against Kathy. Not nothing. And do not want to cause her any harm and do not want anybody else to harass her, harm her. I honestly believe she was doing what she was doing out of friendship and love for Candace. I don't think she was doing anything malicious or, trying to deceive law enforcement. Yes, she may have seen the jacket. Yes, she may have recognized it, or maybe she didn't. Who knows? If she did recognize it, no, I do not understand why she didn't call TBI. But then again, we don't know that she didn't, guys. I mean, she told me it was at her house. She told me it would be safe there until Candace come back to get it. That's all I know. And as far as the stupid crap from, well, the jacket's not relevant. Yeah, the jacket was wore within an hour, 2 hours before the child went missing. It was hot in June. It was a sweatsuit. The child obviously sweated in that sweatsuit. What better thing to use for a scent than that jacket? But yet, that jacket was not used. A sock was what was found to use for the scent dogs. That right there says little bit red flags for me. Um, as far as people saying, oh, that's not the same, even the same color jacket than that the Summer had on in that back seat. That's I have proof. Dawn and says, Candace says, yes, that is the jacket. I mean, she doesn't say literally that is the jacket, but when we're discussing it, and Dawn is telling her in the beginning, Dawn is telling her what I was talking about. She's like, yes, I put that stuff in that box, and that box was put in a tote, and I took the tote to Kathy's. So yes, that is the jacket. Yes, Candace took it to Kathy's. It wasn't left in the Suburban or anything like that people are trying to come up with. Now, I will tell you, yes, Candace is trying, well, actually, Dawn said it first, but Candace is saying that possibly Kathy went through her stuff and kept the box. I don't believe it because, as I told Dawn and Candace, Kathy stood by Candace since the beginning. She has always stood up for Candace. And when I spoke to her and when she sent me that picture, that was long before there was any problems between Candace and Kathy. So no, I don't think Kathy was pulling some kind of crap or manipulating a picture. And for the lady who made the box, okay, I'm sorry that you seem to think, I mean, she commented, she said, I made that box and I'm telling you all that stuff will not fit in that box that you're trying to say was in there. Well, honey, I'm not the one that took the picture. I'm not the one that put the stuff in the box. You're looking at the picture. I did not mess with the picture. I did not manipulate the picture. So obviously that stuff is in that box. And I'd also like to know if a t-shirt, because she's saying the jacket, a t-shirt, and a pair of overalls wouldn't fit in that box. Okay, it may not be a pair of overalls, but you can honestly tell that the white material underneath the jacket is a Paw Patrol t-shirt. I'm not sure what the pink is underneath that. I do see that it has straps, so I thought it could have been a pair of short, overall shorts. I may be wrong on that part. But getting back to, I'm skipping around, guys. It's because I'm agitated. Nobody's going to run me off from this. And that's the feeling that I get, that I'm trying to be ran off from what I have discovered. It's too late, guys. I can't be run off. I've done called TBI. I've done called Dawn and Candace. Dawn and Candace, as a matter of fact, called me back and requested copies of those pictures. They needed to give them to their private investigators. I don't know why, because all those pictures were Candace's pictures to begin with. That could have been a backpack straps. Yes, I agree. I'm not trying to, I'm reading your comments, guys. I'm just skimming over them. Where did the woman get all these things that belong to Summer? Candace had them and took them up there. And some of the new stuff, guys, the new hair bows and the hair bands and stuff, that's stuff that people sent to Summer after she got gone. The toys, most of the toys and the books and stuff that are in that picture, from what Kathy said, were stuff that was sent to Summer after she came up missing. That's why there's new stuff in that box. Nobody's trying to plant anything in any box. Or the light bulb. Now that you got me on, Amy, I don't have a clue. Thank you, Lisa. I am standing my ground, honey. I did feel guilty in a way. I do. I feel guilty, not because I'm misleading anybody, not because I'm tricking anybody. I mean, I told Dawn that where I had made the video the day before, wanting to know where the jacket was and why I was doing this. And he continued to talk. He could have hung up the phone, but he didn't. I do have to give him credit for that. Him and Candace both answered anything I wanted them to answer. They talked to me. Every time I've ever talked to them, they've been civil to me. And Don knows how I feel. Don knows. But he's still always been civil to me. And they were yesterday. They did not rush off the phone. They didn't, they were not hateful or toxic or anything. I will give them that. Now, I mean, not towards me, should I say. Don had a few choice words to say, but it wasn't about me. Do we have any questions other than the light bulb? The light bulb looks like it may have lights in it. I have one for my daughter for a night light. That might be it. Now, I know my sister and I both bought, but they were really huge colored light bulbs that there were solar powered, and they lit up at night, and they had little, the twinkle lights inside of it. I was wondering if maybe it couldn't have been just a smaller version of that. Can we all give Donna love for working to find this important piece of case? Thank you, Holly. I appreciate that, hon, very much. Discovering how I don't know how anybody could believe it was irrelevant, even if she wasn't wearing it when she disappeared. She was wearing it hours before, which makes it very relevant. And right, guys, and what really gets me is, for one, obviously these people couldn't have watched the video because I said she wasn't wearing it. I said I never believed that she was wearing the jacket. I said that in the video when I said, "Where is Summer's jacket?" But obviously, if she was wearing the jacket, I wouldn't have been able to find it in a memory box at Kathy's. In a picture. I think Don is very jealous of Kathy. He did make the comment that Kathy had tried to drive a wedge between him and Candace, and between Candace and Grandis. He did make that statement. Oh, Holly, thank you, honey. Thank you so very much. That is so sweet. Hey, Nana, is that a Visa book in the box? A Visa book in the box of belongings of Summers? Please show the photo again. I will do my best to. Hang on one second. Let me pull it up. Let me find it, guys. Y'all have to overlook me today. I have got a huge, major headache. Okay. Present. Share screen. I'm hoping, discovering if this don't work, please let me know, okay? Wrong one. Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing what you're talking about. Okay, I hope y'all can see this. There's the pink stripes or straps. Here's the Paw Patrol. See the little paws on it, guys, and the doggy bone right there. And there's a paw print too, right there. And of course, the white stripe. And there's been people saying, "Oh, that's not the same jacket." If you all will look right below the blue on her belly, or right under her breast area, you'll see the white stripe. Okay, this is a paparazzi. There's the hair bows in a purple bag, looks like new. This is in a Ziploc bag. Mama's Girl hair bow, Dr. Seuss hair bow, not Dr. Seuss, the Grinch hair bow, sorry. And then whatever, this is the bottom of the jacket right here. I don't know what that is. Looks like it might have sticks or something in it. The light bulb. And this, Discovering and I were thinking about it yesterday, guys, wondering if maybe it's one of the older hair bows, the leather hair bows that you stick a stick through after you put your hair up in a ponytail. The hair scratchy thing. And I'm not sure what this is right here. I don't know. Sorry, I'll zoom back out so that y'all can see it. Oh, and by the way, Candace did describe this box to a T. She knew exactly what it was. She knew exactly what it looked like. Evidently, it's got Paw Patrol and stuff like the Summer is on the outside here. It has Paw Patrol pictures and stuff on the outside of it. And you would think, guys, this picture, that this box was posed for this picture. So you would know that whoever posed this box would know that jacket was right there. I mean, they made sure and pull it out where it's hanging over the edge. Hope you got to see what you were wanting to see, hon. Maybe it is a night light. I don't know, honey. Well, hello, hon. I'm glad you made it live too. Tana K. Robin, I have lots of tips I'd like to give Candace. First tip, turn yourself in. Oh, Lord. I'm not saying I know that for sure, just in my opinion. What'd you say? It is a SME jacket. Oh, let me share something else with you guys. This is an email I got this. Well, I got it yesterday, but it came through this morning. Somebody from over in Cam's camp, I guess, guys, is got it out for me now. It's from Chris B, whoever he is. You can see that I blocked him. Like I said, it came in last night, but I didn't see it until this morning. He says, or wait a minute, that's mine. Hang on. Summer Wells wasn't wearing the jacket you claimed she was wearing when she disappeared almost 2 years ago. She was wearing a pink t-shirt and gray jogging pants. I thought that's what I said. And was possibly barefoot when she disappeared. The jacket is irrelevant because she wasn't wearing the jacket when she disappeared from her home. Cam from the YouTube channel Cracking Cases just debunked your bullshit conspiracy theory with his video. Oh, did he now? This was my response before I blocked the person. He did not debunk anything. Use your brain. The child had the jacket on moments before she got home, so it was one of the last articles of clothing to be near her. But yet they had to find a sock to use for her scent because all the other clothing is shared by her brothers. And then for that jacket to turn up 2 years later in someone else's house in a memory box. And I just left it at that. So Kathy has the toys, books, etc., and the box, along with JLR spotted Candace last summer driving the green Suburban and canoe to top down with the road. Yes, the green Suburban was actually sold to Kathy, and Don Wells has his choice words about that too. For $1,000. I'm assuming they took the canoe down there with them to Kathy's because they used it on some of their camping trips. Candace, I guess, put some of her stuff in a tote and took it to Kathy so that, her clothes and stuff. She says she put the memory box in the tote with her other stuff. And that when she went back after Dawn got out of jail and she went back to Kathy's to get her stuff, the memory box was missing. That's what Candace said. Kathy said Candace gave it to her to put up for when they found Summer, they could give it to her. I don't see why Kathy would steal something from Candace of her missing child. I don't see that. I'm sorry. And if I'm wrong, but I don't see Kathy doing that. That's just horrible. And like I said, Don was the first one to actually say that, not Kathy, not Candace. No, he didn't debunk anything. Right. He didn't. First of all, I never said she had the jacket on when she went missing. Whoever it is that troll can kiss off. Yeah, exactly. Cam does try to debunk everything but the Wells. I agree. What words? Well, let's say he's referring as in the price, guys. Like if you bought something from somebody because they were needing the money real bad, so you got it at a very cheap price, it would be considered you stole it from them, as in the price because you got it for so cheap. So that his words is Kathy stole the Suburban from Candace because she was in a where she was needing money real bad and Kathy knew it. So basically he's saying Kathy took advantage of Candace, which I don't believe either. There is a reason. I'm not sure why. I'm assuming, I don't want to put words in people's mouths. But I know another theory that I came up with, and I will put it out later in a video. But I don't know why I'm getting so cautious about what I say. It should not bother me. Kathy did support Candace for nearly a year. Yes, bought her groceries, bought her cigarettes, bought when she first went up there. If I remember correctly, Kathy even bought a couple of beers for her. But no more after that. She told her that like Candace had said one thing wrong or something in front of her child. And she said, no, you're going to be here. You're going to be around my child. You're going to be straight and you're not going to, act like this in front of my child. No more. That's it. You're quitting. And from what Kathy told me, Candace never drank again in her house while she was there. When Candace went to somebody else's house, she did slip up once. Of course, that's what Kathy told me. I don't know what's true and what's not anymore. I believe that Kathy did all she could for Candace. I believe it too, honey. Hey there, everyone. Don't you think they probably got rid of it? Got rid of the jacket? Oh, thank you for reminding me. That was something else I wanted to put out there. Guys, everybody's so scared that Kathy might get rid of it or Dawn and Candace might go and get it and get rid of it. Or think about it, guys. Before anybody even knew anything about me, I did put the thing out there saying I knew where the picture was or I knew where the jacket was. But before my video ever went up, I called TBI. TBI knows that jacket is sitting in a box at Kathy's house. Now, hopefully, when and if they go up there to retrieve it so they can check it out, you honestly think Kathy is not intelligent enough to know that she better have that and be able to produce it? Kathy's not going to get rid of that because she knows when TBI shows up, she's going to have to hand it over. And if she can't hand it over, oh, I threw it away, I got rid of it, I did this, I did that, then she's going to be having to answer a whole lot more questions than just where's it at. If the only other thing is that Dawn and Candace go up there and get it. But remember, Dawn and Candace, for one, is out of state working. Two, Kathy and Candace aren't speaking anymore. And three, if they go up there and actually get it, then all Kathy has to do is say, hey, this is when they come and got it. They took it with them, blah, blah, blah. And then TBI is just going to go to Dawn and Candace. And guess what? They better be able to produce it or else. Either way it goes, guys, something's going to come of this jacket, hopefully, because either they're going to get the jacket and examine it, or the jacket's going to turn up missing, and some damn body's going to be going to jail. Plain and simple. Because if they can't produce that jacket, TBI is finally going to get the hint and say, oh, wait a minute. Somebody's trying to hide something here. If that jacket was on wherever happened, I would think Mom would destroy it. No, I don't know, honey. Maybe somebody was holding the jacket as, something over somebody else's head, maybe. Maybe that jacket was hidden in a place that was hidden in the wall. Maybe so-called pew-pews that Don spoke of on prayer gardens that night. Remember, he said that there was pew-pews in the safe, and that if law enforcement found them there when they served that warrant, it would have put him away for life. Yet the very thing that he said he said, his words, thank God I found somebody, or I had somebody go up there and get the pew-pews out of the safe before they could get up there and search it, because had they not, I would have went away for life. Well, they still found pew-pews in the safe, guys. And I did a video about this asking, so what was in the safe? If it wasn't pew-pews, because obviously they were still there, right? So what if it was a metaphorical pew-pew? What if maybe, and I'm just saying hypothetically, allegedly, I'm not trying to put nothing in nobody's head, but it's just I've got that kind of mind, and that's where my mind goes. What if metaphorically he was talking about the pew-pew actually being the jacket? It was in the safe. What if that's when Candace and, Candace had Kathy take her up there, and they went and got the Suburban and the canoe and got the pew-pews out of the safe before law enforcement or TBI served the warrant to search for the safe? What if? I'm just saying, what if? This is where my mind goes. What is a pew-pew? Well, we're not allowed to say GUNs or the things that go in GUNs. So I always say pew-pew. I stole that off of Demolition Ranch, because that's all he deals with is on that one channel is everything GUN that you can think of. And that's what he has to call them. If the jacket is so important, then why don't Kathy just take it to I don't know that she hasn't, guys. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that she hasn't. I'm just saying that she sent me those pictures in February to go on Summer's birthday video. I put it on Summer's birthday video. Go check it out. I didn't even see it. It did not click in my brain until Cursed with Curiosity sent me some screenshots of a conversation she was having with, I don't even remember what the person's name is, in Kathy's chat one day. And they were talking like they had seen what Summer was wearing that day, and it was in a box. And it just clicked. A box. Because they were talking about the tools, the canoe, and the box was at Kathy's supposedly. And I'm like, wait a minute. Don told me that a bunch of his tools were left in the Suburban and he wanted them back. I'm like, hold up, box. I remember a box. And I went and dug the picture up, and as soon as I looked at it, right there it was. I don't know why I didn't see it in February. In my opinion, they wanted to mislead the track dogs. Why give a sock instead of the jacket they said she was wearing? Make that make sense. Okay, let's see. Let's make this make sense. At any point in time, unless they were actually out like on a trip, like to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, places like that, do we ever remember them saying that child wore socks and shoes? Oh, wait, no, she went barefooted 90% of the time. That was one of the reasons that I started my channel, was because people could not believe and thought it was so horrible that this child would run around barefooted all the time. I ran around barefooted 90% of the time when I was that age. Hey, wait a minute. I still run around 90% of the time barefooted. That's just the way we are in Tennessee. And that was one of the reasons I started my channel. But if she runs around barefooted 90% of the time, why would they give them a sock? A sock that she don't wear 90% of the time. Make that make sense. Thank you, ICU. Yes, guys. If you want to become a member, go hit the join button, guys. Sprinkling red pepper on the ground will make dogs leave on an area. If they sniff it, it burns their sinuses. Yep. Bet 100 the sock was one of the boys. Right? Who else do we know that runs down that dog trail, supposedly, that Dawn never knew anything about? Did Summer have on the same clothes she had on in the last photo when she disappeared? You mean the milk jug photo? Is that what you're talking about? Waiting for your answer. Because if that's what you're talking about, I've got an answer for you. Now I wonder if Candace took that box there. Could there be anything else Candace brought there that Kathy might not even know about, right? Thank you, Robin. Yes, guys, I appreciate this, her putting this up here. It is not expected, nor is it asked for, but it is gratefully appreciated if you do decide to donate anything. Okay, well, I never did catch the answer to my question. Let me see if I can't play this for you. And discovering, please, Robin, somebody notify me. Holly, if it doesn't play, please let me know. Call me on the phone or text me or something, okay? If y'all can't hear it. That's where I called Leslie. This is not the entire phone call, guys. Hey, Don. Hey. You know who this is? No. We talked before on Dee's chat, remember? Nana's Angels. Nana's Angels? Yeah. Yeah, a long time ago, yeah. Yeah. All right. Am I bothering you? Are you at work? No, I got a minute. Well, I did a video yesterday, and I was trying to figure out where, because, you know, when y'all said that when Summer went missing, she just had the gray pants and pink shirt on, right? Whatever she, yeah, pretty much. What she was wearing when the picture was taken, when she was next to the milk jug. Right. Well, the only thing was is because it said a pink shirt. Well, the jacket was pink and gray. So I did a video yesterday asking where could the jacket be? Because to me, it just said shirt. I found that jacket. I found the jacket, Dawn. No. I know where it's at. Does that answer your question? Yes. Supposedly, according to Dawn and Candace, the baby had on the pants to that jogging outfit and the pink shirt that was on underneath the jacket. Evidently, when I called, I know what I heard. He had a radio going, and when I called and he answered, he turned the radio down some. But because how I was recording it, evidently the radio was squeaking every time he talked. Sorry about that, guys. If I knew how to fix it, I would, but I don't know how to get that noise out. Hello, Versi. Is Versi in here? Oh, Versi. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Wow. But like I was saying, if I knew how to get that squeaking out of it. So now Discovering was telling me that there's another creator that knows how to do that. If somebody knows somebody that can do it and they could help me out with that, that would be great. Tell me how to do it. It sounded like birds. No, it wasn't birds. They were actually working. You could hear Dawn, even when I was on the phone call later on with Candace, you could hear Dawn scraping, doing the drywall stuff, putting the putty on the walls. You want to hear the rest of the call? Well, I will have to do that in a video because, like I said, he says a lot of cuss words towards Kathy, and I don't want to do that to Kathy. I really don't. I mean, I'm not going to change what he says or take anything out. I'm just going to bleep out the cuss words because, I mean, it wasn't nice at all. But I will, like, I don't know if I told you not already. Candace says that when she took the tote up there and she went and got back to get the stuff, the box was missing. And like I said, I don't believe that one bit. I'm sorry, I don't. Summer Wells missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, June 15, 2021, age 5, until Summer is found. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 40 pounds, wearing pink shirt, gray pants, barefoot. Any credible tips, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. And I know that's the way it's supposed to be, Robin, but still, in my opinion, she doesn't stay 5 until she's found. Because what if she's not found for 20 years? When she's 25 years old, you're not going to be still reporting that she's 5 years old. You're going to be saying she would be 25 at this time. She went missing when she was 5, but she would be 25 at this time. And guys, please don't ever give up on Summer and her being found, because going and doing research in the last week or so, plus all the other research that's been done throughout my lifetime, there are so many kids that were took when they were young, and they turn up 10, 15, 20 years later. Yeah, they may have lived in a horrible situation the time that they were gone, but they do turn back up. They are brought home, and they do continue to have they wind up having a wonderful life. Kathy would not kept that box from Candace. Candace is lying, as she often does. I agree, honey. I do agree. I don't think Kathy would have kept that box. I don't think she took it from her. Yes, 20 years from now, 25, but her little angel body will still be that of a 5-year-old. Not if she's brought home alive and well, honey. That's what I'm talking about. Look at JC Dugard, 18 years. She was gone 18 years. She came home with 2 children. I seen a thing the other day about this one girl who was kidnapped by her stepfather at 10 years old. She came back 19 years later. She had 9 children, but she came home. What about the one woman that was kidnapped for 24 years, guys? She was gone 24 years. She wasn't gone. Her father kidnapped her and kept her in the basement. She had 7 children, but she got out. Elizabeth Smart, right? Exactly. She was gone, maybe 2 years, I think it was. She was finally found. Hopefully no one washes the jacket, because that will remove the scent. Well, the scent really wouldn't do any good right now, honey. The scent, Summer's scent is gone from up there now. The scent is not going to help anybody. But I do believe that a lot of people believe that they saw something in that photo of Summer on her belly underneath the seatbelt. I seen it. I don't think it was a puncture wound or anything that would cause DNA to come out. But it would rule out that, because even if you wash it, it still shows up. Is no good to anyone now anyways, right? JC's book was amazing. I've not read it. I would like to read that. Joe, I understand you want that because you want someone to go to jail over what has happened. But I myself prefer not to want that, because as long as there's no DNA, then there's a chance she's still out there and alive and can come home. What did Amy say? I can't find it. Oh. Even if that light bulb was a decorative thing, think about Summer lived in a dungeon. Oh, wow. Maybe a stain from the soda. Maybe stains from the candy. No, the Skittles. Yes, it's still something that should be turned over to law enforcement, simply because of the simple fact. And I'm not trying to preach at anybody, but for the simple fact, this child had this jacket on within hours of her disappearing. Why would you not turn this over to Ellie as soon as they pulled up in the yard? When they were telling them, look, this is the color of clothes she had on here. Here's the jacket. This matches the pants that she has on. The little shirt goes with the whole outfit. It's a whole ensemble. Here, look at this jacket. This is the brand name. Look at the tag. The pants will have the same tag in them because it's a matching set. This is the color. This is the material. Not only this is the scent of my child, but this is everything else that matches what my child has on. Why would somebody not do that? Please don't tell me that jacket isn't relevant. Please don't tell me the jacket wasn't relevant the damn minute Ellie pulled up in that friggin' yard. It should have been handed over to them. It should have been shoved up their damn nose, up their ass. I don't care, but it should have gotten in their damn hands. Let some Ellie come up and tell me that something ain't irrelevant, that it was the last thing my child had on. Oh. Summer already started in adult teeth and losing those to neglect. I didn't see any adult teeth. I don't know. But now is it left the chain of custody the jacket has? Well, it was never in the chain of custody. Where was the jacket before ending up in the memory box at Kathy's? That I don't know. It was at Candace's, and Candace put it in the memory box, evidently, from my understanding of what she said yesterday. They call it Forever 5 if she's not alive. Okay. What happened to the slushy cup that Summer drank from that would have sustained substantiated? I can't say the word. They stopped for it. I don't know, honey. We'll never give up on Summer. Right. Exactly. I don't know, honey, if they did or not. According to Mr. Cracking Cases, the way I understood what he said, they didn't deem the jacket important. Or if they thought it was important, they would have asked for it, but they didn't ask for it. But guess what? If nobody ever told them that she was wearing a jacket earlier that day, why would they ask for it? Art for Life guys did those progression photos. For Art for Life Forensic Artistry or something like that. They did progression sketches of Summer. I would love to know all that too, Holly, but we ain't never going to know it. And the t-shirt matched the peachy color. Forensic Art has done unofficial age progressions. Okay, I couldn't remember her name. And I just read her email to me this morning. She got them to me yesterday. And if Candace did hide it from Dawn, guess what? There's going to be one hell of a damn fight between Dawn and Candace because I specifically called Dawn and said, hey, by the way, I know where that jacket is. It was left at Kathy's. If Dawn don't know about the jacket, I'd say there's going to be a fight. What do you think? Oh, they were still baby teeth. I would think she still had her baby teeth when she went missing at 5, but now she should be losing them and growing her adult ones. Yes, yes. That's a possibility. Maybe it did have DNA on it and Candace hid it, then took it to Kathy's later. Or maybe it was hidden in the safe and the more metaphorical bullets, oh Lord, I can't believe I said that, metaphorical, that would have put him in jail for the rest of his life was the jacket. If you'll go back and watch my video on that, one of my questions was who would have been the person that would have went and got it out of the safe for Dawn? Because he says they went and he had somebody go and get the stuff out of the safe before TBI could serve the warrant. No, Candace is the one that's raising hell wanting that stuff. That's what I'm thinking. When they went up there and got the Suburban and the canoe, that's when it was gotten. Tracking cases is trying to throw your mind somewhere else. They don't want this case solved. They may get too much money from it. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say that. I don't like bashing creators, but I do believe that they're trying to get me just to stop with this. I truly believe that. Yeah, you're not supposed to. Or what goes in them. Don't stop. I'm not going to stop. I think Candace couldn't call 911 because Summer had been by Dawn. Well, we all know how I feel about that. Right? Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, listen, I don't care if it's Dawn, Candace, Grandis, a minor child, Joe Blow walking down the street, if it's, Frank Lightfit, Fred Hill, one of the YouTubers, I don't care who it is. I'm just for the whoever the guilty party or parties are. I'm just for them going to jail for the rest of their life. Like I've said a million times, I think there should be an island that there's no way off of, with no shelter, no food, no nothing, just trees, plants, and the bare land. And I think all people that harm children be fixed at a doctor's office so they can't ever remultiply and be put on the island, fend for their damn selves, whether it means eating bugs and worms out of the ground with no shelter of no kind until they die of old age or something else gets them. That's what I think. People, that way we're not actually doing them in, but nature does them in for us. There they are. There she is. Art for Life forensic artist. I did have it almost right. I also combine the sketches in a video on my page. Everyone is welcome to share. I don't care about clicks or views. I did the work to help Summer. There you go, hon. Can somebody please drop Art for Life's link so that everybody can go over there and see it? I mean, I plan on putting them out too, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. I literally started working on a video this morning and then decided I was just going to go live. And put bears on the island, make them fight for their life like they didn't give these poor kids a chance to fight. If someone Don loves, he said he didn't wish who did this to Summer to go to prison. Remember, if someone took, right, Don and Candace are now triggered. Watch Candace gonna reach out to Kathy and play her to get that box back. Now is the time for Kathy to give it to TBI before DNC come back. You could put an age progression pics on the short. Everyone watches shorts, right? If I can figure out how to do a short. I only got 2 of them out there. Now I've tried, and I cannot get my videos to go to the short form. I don't know why. There is the link, guys. I live 10 minutes away from East Tennessee. Is full of places to hide remains that no one would find. Is Suzette Brown in here? Well, hello, Suzette. How are you? Hey, Tig, how are you? At this point, Donna's going to believe Candace no matter what, my opinion. Well, unless he's guilty of knowledge or guilty of action himself. I don't know if she would. It's really hard to say. Cam's latest live has interesting facts. I don't know. I couldn't watch it. I know he's trying to now throw the arrow towards David Dotson. I think we do too, but it'd be nice if we could figure out where they're at. I'm trying to get a hold of Ernie Shell. If anybody has Ernie's phone number, either give it to me or have him call me to have him get a hold of me. Don is stupid. He believes everything Candace says, and now they got farm around their fingers believing things. It's sick. I don't think it's David Dotson either. Probably about 45 minutes away. I think H is cracking up because he knows what happened and feels guilty. Honey, I don't know if she did or not. I tried catching some of it, but I couldn't handle listening to it. I sort of figured that Josh would have said something about it in his live about the jacket and stuff, but he didn't either, as far as I know. I don't know. Is he in jail? Oh, yes. Isn't he online still? He spoke to Candace, and I wonder if she told him more than he had realized or released. I don't know. If you wouldn't mind, please. Thank you. I see you. It's not right. They aren't looking for Summer. They are lie, make up stories. They are hiding important things like Summer's jacket. If we see it, Ellie sees it. Well, I hope so, but I'm starting to wonder. All donkeys on the farm are going to be laughing when DNC get behind bars for Summer's disappearance. Goes on across the country, moving kids from one place to another. Age progression pics would help identify her anywhere we may be. I'm on the West Coast. Anyone might see her. That girl 77, that's because I told her to stop. The Wells fan club, it's enough, and she got her cowtail twisted. Well, I don't care. Like I said before, I don't care who did it. I just want the guilty party or parties to go down for it. You don't watch Pigpen? Wow. The box must not have been that important if she left it behind at Kathy's. Unless it was important and that's why she left it. I mean, you could listen, you could say she left it at Kathy's for safekeeping in case her and Dawn didn't make it and she would always have the mementos. Or you could say that she left it at Kathy's to be kept safe because it had the jacket and all that stuff in it. And she didn't want Ellie ever coming up there and discovering it. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons she could have left it there. She swears that she didn't leave it though. New comical suggestion. Take all the money offered by supporters, offer to Dawn and Candace to tell us where Summer is. That would be a lot of crack R&R quarters for the game. I think one just might turn. If law enforcement doesn't take the jacket seriously, something is very wrong. Summer wasn't too important to Candace, and in my opinion, she left the box to hide evidence from Dawn because he seemed triggered. She lies. She left it. Actually, I don't think he seemed too triggered because his next few words about it was, "Well, that's weird. Well, that's weird. I don't see Candace doing that. That's weird." I will say, in my opinion only, in my opinion, and I've been told that in my opinion don't save my ass. But in my opinion, from what I observed on the phone call yesterday, they were not totally shocked about the information I gave them. And if anything, it was more along the lines of, "Oh, really? You know where the jacket is?" Well, fuck. Excuse my language. That was the attitude, not the words, but that was the attitude that I got from them yesterday. And especially when they call back and ask for the pictures. It was like, this is not what they said, but it was like they were saying, can you prove to us that you really know that? So, I mean, like I said, they were Candace's pictures to begin with, so I just sent them back to her. Actually, I sent them to Dawn's phone. Are they serious about paying Jim Terry $5,000 to find Summer, but they turned down the CCF? Oh, I have not heard that. Who, Dawn or TBI? Was not surprised. Dawn and Candace is who I'm talking about, if that's what you're asking. They continue to play games while their child is missing. Truly sick people. I did see some of Cam's live. He said the dogs used the scent of her socks and that the jacket was irrelevant. Don't be mad, just repeating what he said. I'm not mad, honey. I know how ridiculous that statement is. When has Don Wells ever said anything nice to anyone? Well, he's never said a hateful word to me. Never. Not once. I mean, I can say that with all honesty, put my hand on the Bible. The man has never said anything out of the way to me, never a cross word. No, that doesn't mean that he is the best person in the world. I'm just saying, from my experience, he's never said a cross word to me, never cussed at me. And what little I spoke with Candace on the phone yesterday, she wasn't hateful or condescending or nothing. It was just like me sitting here having a conversation with any one of you guys. So there's sketches of age progression. What about using AI art to produce photo-like images? If you have that program, that would be great. Abundance. Hello, Kirst. Well, Kirst, I just want to say thank you again, honey. If it hadn't been for your screenshots you were smart enough to get, I probably would have never realized I had that picture. And I want to say thank you. How did she get Summer's jacket in the first place? If you know where she lives, call Ellie on her. She probably knows what happened to Summer. No, she don't know what happened to Summer. No, I'm not going to call the law on her. I called TBI. And no, I do not. I know where she lives. I don't know her physical address. No. Anyone can stream my video for Summer on my sketches for Summer. Keep her name out there. But remember, guys, no monetary gain if you do so. Those sketches are not to make anyone any money. That is for Summer and Summer alone. And make sure and give her the due credit for her work. I see you. Let's not put that out there, though, okay? Thank you, Common Sense. 184 people in here, guys. 64 likes. Please give Nana a thumbs up. Come on, guys. The algorithm wants to hear your opinion. Kathy had nothing to do with Summer getting gone. So why would Nana call TBI on Kathy? I wouldn't. I didn't think you would. I see you. I was just, saying it. Not yet, sweetheart. She has not. No monetary gain. Absolutely, Nana. I refuse to make money from any child or any victim. Right. I get you. There you go, Robin. Like the content, subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the bell for all notifications, guys. And let me say this too, guys. I know this is off topic, but I put various things out on my community tab. It's things that I like, things that I think are important, funny sayings, motivational stuff, you name it. I would hope that you all would go and watch the stuff or at least read the stuff that I put out there. If I didn't think that everyone needed to see it or everyone needed to listen to it, or even perhaps everyone needed to laugh about whatever it is, I wouldn't put it out there. But I'm not like everybody else. I don't only just put, true crime stuff on my community tab. No one would benefit from calling TBI. Kathy's sheriff and CPS have everything and already know. Exactly. Right. Kathy isn't involved with Summer at all. In my opinion, Candace purposely brought that box there and hid evidence, and I wonder if Kathy knew right away the jacket was in there. In my opinion, I don't think so till after. Perhaps. You also have to wonder, guys, if maybe Kathy's the one that propped the box open, pulled the jacket out a little bit, took the picture of it, and sent it to me on purpose. Did any of y'all ever think of that? So that she couldn't be held completely responsible for the jacket being found. That is a great question. How did she get Summer's jacket? Did Candace have it at home and give it to her? If so, was it in the trunk? No, guys, I've told y'all. Candace had it in the memory box. She put the memory box in a tote that she had put her clothes and stuff in when she went to stay at Kathy's. Candace says that's what happened. Kathy, yes, I agree. If you're watching, please talk to us. Kathy got upset with me after I did that one video where I thought it was her talking in the background, talking to Ernie Shell the night Candace was on the phone with him, and she no longer speaks to me, so that's why I couldn't get a hold of Candace or Kathy about the jacket. Please retell the story in brief for those just joining. Where am I supposed to start at, sweetheart? Plain and simple. I cursed with curiosity sent me some screenshots of a conversation she had had with someone in Kathy's chat that mentioned tools, the canoe, and a box being took over to Kathy's. And they had said to Kirst that they had seen the clothing that Summer had wore that day when she got gone, but would not say where. When I put out the video asking where Summer's jacket was, Kirst got a hold of me, sent me the screenshots, and because I had made a video using those photos with that box in it in February for her birthday video. When I seen the word box, it clicked into my mind. I have a picture of a box that Kathy told me about that was at her house. And when I went and looked at it, I pulled the picture up, and right there, the jacket was right there, plain as day. I made the video. I started uploading it. I immediately called TBI and left word for Leslie on her answering machine, explained to her what I was calling for, what I knew, what I had seen, and asked her to give me a call back. Then later on, I called Don and informed him, hey, the jacket, I made this video, and this is how I found the jacket. I know where the jacket is at. And then I had a long, not a long conversation, but a decent conversation with him. And then hung up, and then he called back and eventually put me on the phone with Candace, because Candace was talking over him and I couldn't say what I was trying to say. So I told him, I said, hey, tell Candace, just give it a minute and I will explain to you what I'm talking about. And he said, well, here, I'll just let you talk to Candace, because I don't understand you women and the way y'all talk anyways. And so Candace got on the phone with me. Why even bring up the safe to their attention? I didn't talk to them about the safe. So this case is so frustrating. All I know is that when I was 5, I knew all my family's and friends' secrets. In my opinion, kids have elephant ears. I do too, Lisa. All Kathy tried to do was help Candace, so Kathy was burned by her. Yes. Oh, and to top everything off, guys, I was trying to call Discovering this morning and hit the wrong button and accidentally dialed Dawn's number, but I immediately wondered about that when he first told the story on PG's channel. Why did I tell him about the jacket? Because I recorded the phone call and I wanted to see what Dawn's reaction would be. And then in turn wanted to know what Candace's reaction would be. It's not like they can run up there and grab the jacket and do away with it, guys. That's the point y'all are not understanding. She says that she looked all over Kathy's house and couldn't find it. That's why she didn't get it. Yes, it was a gift. The lady was in here last night, music something or other. Or not in here, but on my comment section. I don't know, honey. I called the sheriff's department, law enforcement, TBI yesterday. Yep. Donna said Ellie got clothing from the clean, dirty laundry pile and has said she was wearing the jacket in the milk jug video when went missing. She just left it at Kathy's. The box wasn't important to her. I wouldn't say it wasn't important to her. Like I said, either she left it there afraid that her and Don would get into it, or Don would go through with his threats of throwing her out of the house when he got out of jail, or there was something she was trying to hide in it and she left it at Kathy's to keep it from being found by anybody else. That jacket should have been given to Ellie, y'all, being the last piece of clothing Summer wore, not some random sock. Was it washed? What's that stain on it? She had grape, not orange or red. I agree that Ellie, or TBI, should I say, needs that box. They need to get the whole damn box. But guys, it's not like I can go to Kathy's and get the box and take it to them. All I can do is call them, inform them that it's there, inform them of what is in it. And it is up to Ellie, TBI, whoever, to decide whether or not it's worth them going after it. Now, I do say that if they don't go after it, that's pretty shitty on their part. Okay, what's clean, dirty laundry? Yes, she was, but Candace said she took it off because it was hot. So my question is, why did she put a jacket on a child in 85-degree muggy weather? Cam says a subscriber made the box for Candace to put Summer's memory stuff in it. That's correct. In my opinion, I don't believe Kathy had anything to do with Summer's disappearance, but the fact she has evidence could get her in trouble, all for trying to help her friend. Cam is a liar. He don't know what he is talking about. Well, the lady, like I've said already a dozen times, the woman who made the box for Candace was in the comment section of the videos last night. Stacks of clothes. No, I think the clean, dirty laundry would be the dirty laundry that Candace had just supposedly done that day. I've got a recording of Don talking about the clean, dirty pile. I'll post later. The craziest case I've ever seen too, hon. Exactly. He doesn't want people getting information that he doesn't have already. In this case, Joe, Cam is telling the truth. I was in chat when it was first shown 1.5 years ago. Well, I never questioned the fact of where the box came from, or the fact that one of Cam's subscribers gave it to her, made it for her, whatever. Hello, Stillwaters. Sorry I've not said hello to each and every person coming in. I really am. It's just all of this has got me agitated, and I'm still wondering why Ellie hasn't went up there, or TBI hasn't went up there and got the jacket. Right. Guys, if y'all think about it, and I'll go back and rewatch it because I learned a lot from that video where Chris McDonough went in the house. And if you'll think about it, when you first walk in the front door, the red refrigerator sits to the left. Further on down that wall is the bunk beds. Then the air conditioner is in the far end of the room. There's a dresser or something right there on the right-hand side. You come on up, there's a doorway into the kitchen. Then you have the stove. The sink is across the room on the opposite wall under that window. The table to the left, up next to the bar, TV above it. Whole bunch of junk piled up to the left of you. And then if you walk straight back, the clothes hanging there, and around behind the clothes was the toilet and the shower and stuff. I don't remember seeing a washer and dryer in there anywhere. It looks like that Ellie would have ticked the dogs and let them smell the state or the satay that she was sitting in, a seat she was sitting in before she went missing that would have had her scent. I believe they screwed this whole case. Evidently not, because I don't say that she don't think the jacket was important, but she's tried to tell me that that wasn't the box that she made for Candace, because there's no way that the box that she made for Candace, that all the stuff that I was saying was in that box, was going to fit in there. And then she named off everything that I named, and then said, and then the other stuff you said that was in there. I never said anything else was in there except for the stuff that I named. And like I told her, go look at the picture. The stuff is in the box. And if it's not a t-shirt under the jacket and a pair of pink overall shorts, then you tell me what those two articles are. Because she was saying that that wouldn't fit in that box. Why didn't they just let the dogs get her scent off of the truck seat? That's what they were just saying a minute ago. Just a thought. What if the picture wasn't from that day? There wouldn't have been a scent on the jacket. Okay, we're not saying that the person who made it didn't give it to Cam. Well, thank you. Are you for real? I'm glad people are watching it. Okay, the washer and dryer was in the kitchen by where Rose's picture was. Okay, well, I didn't see it. Thank you for telling me. I'll go look. Candace was told to redo her timeline. She added doing laundry, which means it wasn't mentioned before. Dawn also mentioned they used blue tubs for laundry. No pics of blue tubs I've seen. Yes, thank you, Robin. If you guys want to help with the channel, there's my links. You can find them also in the description box below each video or in my about section. There's also, guys, and I'm not saying this for anything for myself, but there's also a wish. I hate calling it a wish list, but there's a list for Amazon that has the balloons, biodegradable balloons, guys. And that was where the problem came in. Biodegradable balloons and the tank with the I can't think of it, the helium in it on that list. If anybody can afford to help out and wants to help out, and that is also should be on my about section. I do not expect anyone who is having a hard time managing their own life or dealing with financial difficulties in their own life to do anything for this channel. I know what it's like to struggle. I do not ever want anybody to take away from their own life, their own medical, their own family, their own children to give to this channel. That would make me feel like crap. If you truly cannot afford to literally throw the money out the window, then please, I do not want it. But if you can and you feel that you want to help the channel, that's much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. Well, the preacher said Candace told him it was 20 minutes before she went back to the house. That contradicts the 2 minutes she has been saying. What preacher? Dave Ryder? Dave Ryder said that? There's that list, guys, for the biodegradable balloons and stuff. And what we plan on doing with that, guys, is printing up like 4x6 information sheets, flyers, basically, with Summer's picture on it, all of her information, and rolling them up, putting them in the balloons, blowing them up with the helium, and letting them go as far as they will go, guys. That's the only way I know that I am able to get the flyers out there. I do not have a vehicle, and I still do not have my license. So to set off helium balloons and let them float for hundreds of miles is the best way I can think of to get the pictures and the information out there, besides on YouTube. David Dotson, he's not a preacher. Well, I mean, he probably is a ordained preacher, but he's not the one that we refer to as the preacher. Well, do you have any other suggestions, sweetheart? I'm sorry that it takes 6 months to 4 years for them to decompose. There's nothing else I can do. Would you prefer I just not do it? I mean, there's how many other people out there putting up flyers and getting her information out? Well, that would absolutely be beautiful, sweetheart, to let butterflies go instead. Yes. Only problem is, don't think butterflies are heavy enough or have the wing strength to carry a flyer out to get her picture and her information out. No. He's David Dotson is the flute dude. He's the one that took the boys to the mini golf the day that Candace and Dawn and Grandis went to take their lie detector tests. Can you imagine if each one of us released a purple balloon every 15th of the month? I think we'd get some sort of attention for Summer. That's a great idea. Of course, then somebody would be saying something against you too. Fireworks. Oh, I think the paper would probably burn up. But yeah, that'd be a great idea too. Maybe if we can get some company that makes fireworks to do a big explosion that says Summer Wells missing. Six months isn't that long considering the normal balloons last forever. And the flyers are being taken down by someone or someone's. Posting flyers has had mixed results, as Trevor has told us. Balloons is another way to get flyers out. Exactly. And listen, with posting flyers on poles and stuff like that, granted, it's getting the stuff out there, but still, that's still in one confined area. With a balloon, those balloons could go in, however many balloons you have, it can go in that many different directions. Some balloons could go to Wisconsin, some could go to Florida, some could go to California, some could go to China. I mean, who knows? You did your best to do a video or a live on the box, but didn't have much info. Well, Lisa, you could have got a hold of me, hon. I will. Is anybody going to donate to hire that plane? I got it. Maybe we can get Tim Mullins to go up in a plane and drop them. Dave Rader is EquiSearch. Dave Ryder is the preacher. Tie him to the dove's legs and feet, or set him free. Okay. I think you're thinking of homing pigeons. The only problem with that is they would bring the flyers back to us. Well, in Tennessee, folks have been taking posters and flyers down, but Don and wife don't live everywhere. Who says that Tennessee people are taking the posters and flyers down? Oh, my head's killing me, guys. Oh, Lord. The only thing the media manager is going to do is discredit all the summer supporters. A lot of people living by them. Well, please, then let's not put in general that Tennessee people are doing it. How about we say Hawkins County people or Beach Creek people? This case has already given Tennessee way worse than what it deserves to begin with. Volunteer pilots like the ones that took the boys up. The goal would be that a person who has info about Summer to get that balloon and consider it as a sign to give Ellie that information. Right. Thank you. Nana, they will not stay up in Balenton. Someone is taking them down. Honey, I have seen you put, and by the way, Dana Kay, thank you. The other day, I had already left chat when you donated that $10. And TT, thank you. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. I somehow or another it got mixed up, and it wouldn't let me hit the reply when you sent that the other day. And I'll also, guys, I would like to. I wanted to do like an unboxing, but things happened, and I was eager, and I'd forgotten about it. But discovering, because she knows that I cannot. I have showed people over the past year and a half. My computer knows when I'm recording or trying to record a phone call, and it'll give the first few words or the first sentence, and then it just fades away and will not pick up anything after that. And my phone, when I try to record on my phone, as soon as you hit the phone call, the record stops. So Discovering ordered me a mini recorder the other day, and it came in, and that's, matter of fact, what I've been using when I recorded calling TBI and when I talked to Dawn and Candace. She also ordered me a whole case of banana nut bread muffins and garlic cheese bread biscuits, and they are delicious. Why is flyers being taken down? There's something going on in Rogersville cult like place. I don't know. But TT, I always like your videos when you put them out where you're putting the flyers up. I know you are working hard getting those flyers out there. And I give you kudos, honey, for doing it. You are taking time out of your own life to go out there and try to do what's got to be done. If you haven't seen TT's videos, guys, you should go check out her channel. If anybody has her link, can somebody drop her link, please? And guys, I'll be right back. Let me run in here and grab me some Tylenol. I've got to take some Tylenol. My head is literally busted. Okay, I'm back. I just had to step in the living room and grab the Tylenol. And listen, I put out on a video the other day. I was speaking directly to a specific creator. Hang on a second. I'm driving, but I've been listening to you. I love you all. Well, we love you too, sweetheart. Really, we do. You're a special lady. I was talking to a specific creator the other day in that video when I offered my help. But I will offer that help to anyone. If you are having a hard time and you do not know the people to contact in your specific area, if you will send me in an email, send me the where you live and what you're needing help with, I will either find the places that you need to go to or to call, or I will call and help you do it yourself, or do it for you. If you're needing help with rent or lights or prescription medication, it doesn't matter, because I promise you guys, help is out there. You never ever have to beg for money. I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever ask for help. And sometimes that does mean help as in money. But there's asking for help and there's degrading yourself and humiliating yourself, and that shouldn't be done. And I hate to see anybody put themselves in that position. I am willing to keep that from happening. I will do anything and everything that I can to help anybody out. All you have to do is tell me you need help and give me your location, and I will do what I can. And to me, that kind of help means 10 times more than the kind of help of, here's some money. Discovering you're fine. Oh, you put up Tennessee Truth's link? Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you, Suzette. I appreciate that, hon. But I know we're sort of getting off the subject, guys. But I just needed to put that out there. I mean, guys, I'm not saying I'm not monetized. I am monetized. And I do accept donations or help or whatever through that. I try not to ask for it. Now, the thing for summer, the balloons or whatever, yes, I didn't want to, but I'm asking if you can help. That would be great. But I don't like asking people for things. There are only two things that I'll ask my children for. Two. If I'm out of coffee and sugar and creamer, which that just falls under coffee, or if I need a pack of cigarettes. That is the only two things I will ask my children for. I will not ask my children for anything else. Nothing. And that's only because I need cigarettes and coffee to survive on a daily basis. But as far as anybody, my sister, I'll ask her. I don't ask other people for nothing. You are a creator. You should be monetized. This is a job. There's nothing wrong with getting paid for your work. Well, I just want people to understand I'm not on here just for the money and for the clicks and the views. Yes, I get excited when my subscriber count goes up. And mainly that's because Don B makes fun of me all the time. Because he's got such a high subscriber count. And I'm still one of the little bitty channels. But I get excited because the more people we can get to subscribe to the channel, and the more we can get these kids' pictures, their names, their stories out there. And no, we may not be able to save them all. We may not even be able to save one. But at least we know we tried. We did what we could to help get awareness out there for these children, to bring awareness to the horrible, horrible things that are happening to these kids. And it seems like more and more is happening every single day. Now, to switch gears again, guys, don't forget 8 o'clock Saturday night, I will be over at my oldest son's house with my youngest grandbaby. But at 8 o'clock, I will be on here for game night. And it's going to be trivia. It's going to be old trivia questions. It's going to be some of the new cases. It's going to be in general. It's going to be dates, names. There's different questions. And I'm going to literally, we had a ball having 5 people on panel last time, but we didn't really get to, oh, thank you, Holly. We didn't get to actually keep score. So I'm going to try to only pull up 2 people, guys, 2. I do want everybody to have a pen and paper next to them because so that they do not cheat. Well, I don't know how they could cheat. But anyways, but they can write their answers down. And if they want to turn their camera on, they can show what their answer is. I do want somebody to help me keep score. I do plan on doing another trivia night for Summer Wells because somebody requested a Summer Wells trivia. I do plan on doing that one. But what I want to do before that one is not tomorrow night, but next Saturday, I am going to let you all try to stump me. I will be the one in the hot seat, and you all will be the ones throwing the questions at me. I will have one of my mods come up on panel with me to pick the questions that I have to answer. And you will see if you can stump me. We'll see how many I can get right. I don't know if that sounds fun to you guys, but it sounds scary to me, actually. But I figured it would be something different. I mean, there's how many of you all? Right now, there's 164 of you. Could you imagine y'all throwing questions at me about Summer Wells' case and trying to stump me? Let's see how many I can get right. Oh, that would be awesome if we could get them hypnotized and then ask them questions. Yes, Alpaca made this Saturday night, which is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. First volunteer for Summer's trivia. Okay. But I need the volunteer, 2 or 4. It depends on how many want to come up on panel, but we're only going to allow 2 people at a time on panel. So y'all need to be figuring out if you want to come up on panel or not. I'm not going to make you turn the camera on. I'm going to trust that you all are not going to cheat and look the answers up. You think I'll be hard to stump? Where did you go? Okay, I said injected the truth serum. Oh, yeah. You'll come up, Kirst, tomorrow? Okay, there's one. Did anybody say it before her? Okay, Suzette, you have a wonderful day, hun. We've only got like 15 minutes left, anyways. Oh, well, that's cool. Well, Kirst is going to do it again, and now this week, tomorrow is not going to be Summer Wells. It's just going to be in general true crime. You were a pretty tough competitor, Kirst. Okay, I guess I'll go. Have a great weekend, everyone. Dana Kay, you have a wonderful day, hun. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. I really get the feeling if we ever find out what happened to her, it's going to kill us. I do too, honey. I'm afraid it is. 100%. You have a non trivia question. How did they not know if Summer's shoes were gone? Still wonder why possibly barefooted. Well, the possibly barefooted because probably, guys, I hate to admit this. I'm in one way I'm very proud, and in another way I'm a little bit ashamed. My granddaughter has probably 150 sets of shoes, and that was after I went through them and got rid of probably the same amount. Um, you don't always keep track of your kids' clothes. Some of the shoes could have been thrown up under the bed. Some of them could have been out in the yard, especially if your child runs around barefooted all the time. Now, she don't know if she was barefooted or not because could she have took the shoes off that she wore to town that day? Did she wear shoes to town that day? You know, that kind of thing. That might be why they don't know if she's barefooted or not. Don't know why, but for the last 2 days I've been crying over that child. Don't know why. Maybe something is coming. Maybe. Hello, Chewbacca. How are you? Are you sliding in for the last 10 minutes, darling? Well, I say the last 10 minutes. Normally, we get right to the 2 hour mark, and somebody pops in here that I want to talk to, and then we get on a big old long discussion. It normally lasts for another hour or so. Yes, thank you. Please, before you leave, give me a like. It helps. Awesome. Helps her awesome channel grow. Thank you. It's our awesome channel, and I wish you guys would refer to it like that. It's our channel, guys. Our channel. Sadly, I feel already, I know, don't not details exactly, but who, but not facts, just my opinion. And in that case, discovering I'm not keeping I don't agree, but she is speaking of Jody Sue's son, guys. She thinks there's a big connection there that may have something to do with it. Hello, Pamela Bird. Annabelle, the trolls was making stupid comments on PG's comments because I needed help, but I don't use any missing kids to do that. I don't understand why they do that. Shoes were found in the yard. Right. Honey, I hope my headache goes away too. I took 2 Tylenol. I've took a hot bath. I have ate something. The only thing I done different this morning that I don't normally do is I'm out of sugar, so I used sugar substitute for my 2 cups of coffee. But that still had the caffeine, and I'm drinking Mountain Dew, so I'm getting caffeine from there. So I don't know what the problem could be. Sometimes I just get really, really bad headaches, and it takes nearly all day long for it to go away. Motive means opportunity. I do not look down on you for your situation. I understand it. You have precious freedom none of us have. Oh, yeah. Hey, Lisa, trust me. If I didn't have grown children who act like they're 5 years old and grandchildren who all still act like they're teenagers, wait a minute, they are. Um, and I had the ability to be out there. Some say it's a hardship, but trust me, sweetheart, I would trade places with you in a minute. In a minute. I need water. Yeah, you sound like my son. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. I've got some water in there too, store-bought water. I'll go in there and get me a glass of it and drink it here in a minute. That does make sense. Yes, I do, sweetheart. I have headaches. Every morning, nearly every morning I wake up, I have a headache. Still haven't discovered why. Hello, Miss May May. How are you doing today, darling? Anyways, guys, I will put the phone calls of Dawn and Candace where I talked with them out there. Stress, yeah, that could be it too, Cursed. Um, I will put the phone calls of Dawn and Candace out there. I don't want, and y'all know how I feel. But I don't want Dawn and Candace to think that I just called them up and recorded them so that I could have, stuff for the channel. I didn't. I literally called them up and told them about the jacket. Yes, I am, honey. I'm on Nana's Angels and my private one too, but you can find me on Nana's Angels on Facebook. Um, I called them up so I could get Dawn's reaction, and because I thought it only fair that they know, not to mention what it might bring, the chaos, or maybe somebody going off the deep end, or maybe somebody thinking, oh shit, we're caught, or, something. Maybe it'll bring some buzz around the case. And I thank you, May May. I try to be honest, honey. I really do. Um, the plain and simple fact is, we don't know if Dawn and Candace did it. We don't know if Dawn did it or if Candace did it and the other one don't know about it. And until something happens, we're never going to know. And as long as everybody keeps quiet and leaves them alone and don't keep on, then they're just going to go on with life and act like nothing happened. I don't know. I'm just rambling, guys. Yes, the humidity is horrible in Tennessee, especially with all this rain. But anyways, I called them because I thought it only fair to let them know that, hey, the jacket's been found. Whether they're innocent of it and they are parents who are just missing their child and need to know that, hey, the jacket's, this is where I found the jacket. Or if they're guilty and we may cause them to do something they wouldn't normally do. Like run to Kathy's and get the jacket and do away with it. It was my decision to make, and people may not agree with me calling and telling them, But I did make sure that everything was in place and in play before I give them the heads up. Everything is relevant. Yes. Please pray for Summer's case today. Thank you, May. That's wonderful. Discovering puts her theory out there. In my opinion, I believe Summer was playing and wandered off, and Damien came across her and possibly distracted her with a puppy or kitten. They had baby critters. You have terrible headaches when your well, the thing about it is I normally wake up every morning with a headache, and you wouldn't think your blood pressure would be going up while you're asleep. They wanted to recreate Wellstock in Utah. LOL. I mean Woodstock. Ha ha ha. I always felt in my gut that parents didn't do it. I pray I'm right, and I pray they get answers soon. Honey, I pray you're right. Everybody, I mean, I have my questions, my doubts, my theories, 100% about Dawn and Candace. But I also pray every day that I am wrong. Nothing would tickle me more than to find out they had nothing to do with it. Because at least that would be one set of parents that didn't do away with their kids compared to the other, 50 that we've just covered. Yes, I know not all parents are responsible, but what? Oh, wait a minute. Athena Brown, her parents weren't responsible. Oh, well, can we name any others? Please, people, somebody name one other set of parents. Can anybody name one set of parents of kids that we've been covering that wasn't responsible for their children's demise? Thank you. Brandy Neal. Brandy Neal was not responsible. Any others? Yeah. All the rest of them. I mean, did y'all see the thing about the stepmom that did away with the 6-year-old and dragged her body down the street? Well, Rebecca, yes, Elizabeth Smart, honey, and yes, I know in the beginning they were being accused, but I was talking about more recently. I was talking more like Harmony Montgomery, Oakley Carlson, Joe Clyde Daniels, Sincere and Classic, Kennedy Hoyle, Serenity McKinney. There's so many more out there. Cody Bigsby, Lena. I can't remember her last name. The little Indian girl. Every single one of them. Every one of them. Holly Bobo wasn't a child, though. What was the infant twins that was abducted and found in the car in a parking lot? I don't remember their names. Yes, they weren't. Okay. Yes, the list is endless. We've got the Texas mom who tried to do away with all 5 of her children, completed the job with 3 of them. We have little, what was his name? Troy. I think his name was Troy. I'm not sure if telling their stories is still in here. She knows the little boy in the washer. We have the little boy in the suitcase. We have the little boy in the box. Baby Snow. Little Ethan, what's his name? Ethan in Chicago, wasn't it? Or Detroit. Sorry, Detroit. His mom and stepdad. The list literally just keeps growing. Morgan Nick. I've not heard of that name, but I believe you, honey. Quentin Simon. Gannon Stout. What was the little boy in uh in the Midwest, and his stepmom took him to school and then never seen him again? JJ and Tylee. It is a horrible epidemic. What was that kid's name? I cannot think of him. Shoot. I think I've done a story on him. I don't know. Sam Olson, that's not the one I'm thinking of, but yeah, there's another name. Um, the mom in New Mexico with the baby in the dumpster. I mean, like I said, the list just keeps climbing and going and going. We have the mom I read about the other day. The mom breastfed her 11-day-old baby with methadone, amphetamine, and methamphetamine in her system. She's up on homicide charges. Some of these children have autism and the parents just can't handle it. Kyron Harmon, yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. Little Evelyn Boswell. Um, Xavier Harrelson. What was the little boy, the little 2-year-old? Uh, he's been gone for a while. They thought the parents did it, but they couldn't prove it. What is his name? He's got a weird name, but he's a junior. I can't think of it. There's just so many, guys. So many. Maybe that's what we need to do a trivia night on. See how many kids you can name. Simon was found in a dumpster. No, Simon was. Oh, so I don't know if you're talking about the same one. I thought you were thinking Quentin. Yeah, I said baby Quentin. Ah, there he is. Dior Koontz. That's the one I was thinking of. I said baby Joe Clyde Daniels. Yes. Well, Michael Vaughn, it's sad that he is gone. And yes, I mean, that's included. But we're talking about children that have been done away with by their parents. You missed another live. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I said classic and sincere. Yeah. Carly Trent was one of the lucky ones found safe from Hawkins County, but we know why she was found so quickly and safe. Yes, we do. I should have introduced myself, but I was listening. Well, hello, Kim. It's okay. That's fine, honey. You're welcome here. This is your channel too. You don't have to introduce yourself. You just jump right in and just state what you think. We don't care. It's your channel too. Yeah, and no two cases are alike. I agree. Oh, jeez. Okie dokie, dudes. I was going to say okie dokie, guys. I don't know why I said dudes. Harmony, yes. Justice for all these babies. Yes, I do remember when this was almost unheard of. When Susan Smith drowned her 3, yes. Or Andrea Yates, her and her kids in the bathtub. Or what was the woman that Farrah Fawcett played in the movie where she shot her children? I wish you could just call and ask why they haven't gotten involved in Summer's case. They have such a high success rate. Well, we discussed this on the phone the other day. You can't just up and call them. Susan Smith only had 2 of them, and she drove them into the lake. But Andrea Yates had 5. Brian Laundrie his parents didn't do away with him. Arrested uses mental illness or diminished responsibility. The fact is, they are evil monsters. Chris Watts, yes, another evil monster. His children. They haven't called me back yet, sweetheart. I can play y'all the message if you want me to play the message that I left. There you go. These are not the parents we were talking about. We're talking about monster donors and bearers who have never earned the title of parents, in my opinion, right? Diane Downs, that's the one I was trying to think of. That's we just said his name a minute ago. Chris Watts. Yeah, she doesn't want to get out. I didn't watch the movie. Oh, are you talking about the one with Farrah Fawcett in it? Yeah. What time tomorrow? 8:00 tomorrow night. I would appreciate it if everybody would come and be in there and just watch. If nothing else, it'll give you a smile on your face. It is way too many. And there's many, 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 many more that I didn't even name. Dulce Alaves. That's another one from New Jersey. What about the little boy that they did a Netflix thing on? I did one on him too. That he was the most tortured child in American history, I believe. Um, Rodriguez or Fernando, Gabriel Fernando, I think, or Rodriguez one. Yeah, Watts is the one that put in the oil tank. Yes. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, because I believe that too. Chris Watts takes the cake because not only did he think that he had already did away with his 2 daughters, and then while he was doing away with his wife, they walk in. I mean, if it had been me right then, I would never hurt a child to begin with. But had I have thought I'd done away with my children and then they walk in on top of me while I'm trying to do away with my wife, I would have probably had a heart attack and died right then. But no, he takes them to the oil field and then finishes the job there. Oh, I heard that phone call. Yes, to the 911 call. Yes, where she was suffering from postpartum depression, and her sister was trying to take care of the baby, and then thought she was better and allowed her to take care of it, and then found her. Yeah, Nikki was there too, but I'll let that go. No point. Everyone argues she wasn't. She walks out of garbage to back truck into the driveway. Casey Anthony, Kaylee Anthony, yes. If Candace and Dawn did something to Summer and those boys saw, they will be like that movie. They will never want to look at them again unless they don't know. Garage, not garbage. Okay. Did I read it wrong or did you just write it wrong? What about the man who locked the DSS worker out during his visit and she called the cops, but it was too late by then? I remember something about that. Um, I'm not sure what this means, Lisa. Nana, you're in the backpack. I can still hear you. LOL. Um, Care to elaborate, Lisa? Small sacrifices, yeah. You got me wondering now. Didn't know I was in a backpack. I wish that I could have given you more, but maybe this will help you out on some balloons, whatever you choose to use it for. Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Lorraine.
Just doing my job.
Lorraine? Did y'all's phones ever talk back to you guys? That was my phone. When I said thank you. And it told me it was just doing its job. That's creepy. JonBenet Ramsey, I still think that too, honey. I think there was a reason. I think there was a reason. Lorraine, thank you very much, honey. That just came through. Thank you. Oh yes, I was all in that case. JonBenet, yeah, I was too. My house burnt down on the 20th of December, and it was the day, Christmas Day, the day after Christmas when it all broke. And yeah, that was that, and when my house burnt was all mixed into one. So I can't remember the name, but these parents chained up and starved their 12 kids. One of the sisters, oh, that was the Turpins. The Turpins, yeah, out in California or wherever it was at, over that way somewhere. Well, there's a story, guys, if you want to go look it up in Knoxville. I believe it's Knoxville, where these foster parents was doing that and holding foster kids in the basement. One was 15 years old. They had already did away with two of them in a previous house, buried them there, moved to another house, and their biological son, who helped them out by doing this, was then living in the old house where they had buried them. They all three went to jail. And that was in Knoxville. Tennessee Truth, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you both so very much. Sorry I was messing with that. Horrific people, the Turbans, yes. I hate when my faves go live and I'm at work. I'm sorry, baby girl. Are you going to be here for game night tomorrow night? We need somebody to go up against Cursed. And then, of course, after you guys, whoever plays Cursed, then we'll have two more come up. We're only going to make game night like an hour long each time, though, guys. And that way people don't get too bored of it. It gives us a good laugh, gives us a good chuckle, and your computer keeps timing you out. Bad computer. Lisa J. hopes she don't suffocate in there. LOL. I was worried when I was talking to Nana on the phone and put her in my pocket. I kept telling her, don't suffocate. Don't suffocate. Don't suffocate. Don't suffocate. Yeah. Suffocate. Suffocate. Damn it. I was wondering what Lisa was talking about. I was in the backpack. Oh, yeah. We can go. We could. We could. We sure could. That is sad. Well, we could go 2 hours, but we'll just to see how it turns out. Makes you wonder, Robin. Makes you wonder if there isn't some kind of a conspiracy theory out there or some kind of a. Well, put it this way, I could come up with a conspiracy theory why every time you talk about summer, your computer messes up. And yes, I know that has been going on since I started my channel. I remember way back when you complaining about it. Hey, I thought that from the get-go. I mean, how many other parents holler immediately? I mean, immediately, my child's been abducted. But in the JonBenet Ramsey case, I think Burke did it. And I think Daddy covered it up so that Burke wouldn't get took. And because Daddy, Jean Ramsey, may have been diddling his daughter. That's just my opinion. It's what I think. That may not be the truth. I wonder if you're not getting very close, Nana. Don't know. Maybe. I've said it before in other videos. I know at least one person that's been very involved in Summer's case who's admitted to hacking people. I'm sure some of y'all know. We do not speak of demons in my presence discovering. They are demons. They have no place in my life. I do not discuss them. And that person fits in that same category. We do not talk about them. Therefore, they are not real. Or at least not in my life, anyways, not in my face. Nana, are you seeing my comments? I'm just curious. Yeah, well, I seen the one where you said that wasn't much, but it was, and I thanked you for it, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm not seeing your comments now. If you've commented since then. As far as I know, you've not been timed out or anything. Oh, do I have a Cash App? Okay, I seen that. Yes. Yes. And I did get it, Lorraine. I did. Thank you, hon. I know that's why I didn't say the name. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'd like to hear your conversation with Candace to get a feel on her reaction to bringing up the jacket. Well, in order for you to hear the reaction that she had, you would have to listen to the conversation with Dawn because Candace is in the background. Mods can also see you, Lorraine. Well, tell us, Discovering. I don't want to go to their channel. Tig, come on. Think about it. What? Not Ernie Shell. What creator was close to the whales? And well, you may not have been here that long, but and I don't know why I call you Tig. I hope you don't mind, but it looks like an I in your name. I'm sorry. What creator do we not speak of over here? We just don't. If you don't speak of them, they're not real. They don't come around. They don't bother you. I've heard static and feedback on several channels covering Summer. Oh, I used to have all kinds of problems with that. So yes, it is Tig. Okay. Well, when I look close, it looks like TLG. No, not Tim. Lord, I've had not phone conversations, but I've had email conversations with him before. You think it's a high possibility with Burke? I do too, especially when they're talking about it with something like a flashlight or something that hit her in the back of the head. And they found pineapple in her autopsy report in her stomach. And it was his pineapple that was sitting on the counter. It's time people quit withholding info. It's been long enough. I agree. And that's something else I want to point out before we get off here, guys. I do not hold info from you guys. The only reason that I'm not literally just putting that phone call out there is simply, for one, I don't want Dawn and Candace to have a reason to say, oh, she's just exploiting us and blah, 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 and never talk to me again. But also, it's because, like I said, Dawn says some things that I don't want played on my channel about Kathy. Some very degrading cuss words, and I don't want that out there on my channel. Kathy may not, I won't say she don't like me. I won't even say she don't respect me, but she may disagree with me and how I handled that one video. But I have nothing against Kathy, and I wouldn't want to hurt Kathy to save my life. Yeah, it was interesting. I thought it was him too, but the S abuse, who did that? Not Bert, surely. No, Daddy. That's what the word diddle means, honey. Diddle. And that's a real word. Y'all can look it up. And that's the definition of it. Sort of like Quaid. How do you say that? That on the Big Bang Theory? Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. That was my oldest son. Y'all know when my kids call, I got to answer. Discretion is a rare virtue among content creators. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I mean, there's nothing juicy. Well, unless you can read between the lines, there's nothing juicy in the phone calls that I had with Don and Candace. They're regular conversations that discusses the baby, the day she went missing, what she was wearing, and the fact that that stuff was at Candace or Kathy's. Now, their reaction to that being at Kathy's is a little far fetched, but and of course Don accusing Kathy, of trying manipulating Candace into buying that Suburban, and the fact that she swindled her out of it for a low amount of money. And poor Kathy played the fairy godmother to Candace, lit the fire, and got well and truly burnt by Candace. Yep. Bart could have also, especially if he was SA, cause as a preteen or teen, it could be learned behavior because they're still young and in the norm. Honey, he was only 9 years old when she died. Well, Janet, thank you so much. Don should have made sure. Well, he couldn't exactly. He was in jail, remember? Although I guarantee you he didn't do without anything while he was in jail. Janet Starnes, I think it could mean a lot. If nothing else, it could at least rule out the supposed bloodstains that's rumored. So Kathy has evidence in two items. Jody Sue said C drove the Suburban somewhere that evening. Right? Exactly. Candace should have gotten a job. Well, according to Kathy, now she told me that Candace did go to work. She actually went the first few days, maybe the first week or so. But it was at a job where It wasn't like a restaurant or anything. Um, but it was literally like folding clothes and stuff. But they kept keeping her in the back because they didn't want people to recognize her. So they would always come up with a reason why she needed to just hang out in the break room and never would let her work. And then she finally, I think it was she quit, something to that effect. Don't quote me on that. You wonder how Candace survived the 6 months Dawn went to Utah. Everything was fronted, in my opinion. Yeah, something like that, yes. I'm in rewind now. I wonder why there wasn't any Paw Patrol figurines or princess stuff in the box. Yeah, it makes you wonder about that too, don't it? Yeah, well, I will say this. I don't like putting people's, ideas in people's minds. But I will say this. It does make you wonder that the in a memory box. Hang on a second, I've got a cough, guys. In a memory box, the only thing stuck in there that I could see, besides the jacket or the clothing, possibly that light bulb, was brand new items that had been bought and sent to her for summer. That don't make sense because a memory box would be little items and articles of things that you have that you would keep for a keepsake for the child or in memory of the child. Yeah, the light bulb. What the? Yeah. I don't get it. Unless it's one of those little decorative light bulbs, you can hang up and it's got the little fairy lights in it and it's solar powered, which I mean, it does sort of look like one of those. Like I said, my sister and I both bought one. Hers, I think, was blue and mine was purple or vice versa. But they were larger. They were large things that you hang outside. Yes, keepsakes that's been used. Candace said Summer always loved dresses. Wonder if she put her favorite dress in the memory box. Well, now, Amy Lou told me that Candace couldn't find Summer's favorite dress, which supposedly was the one she wore the day that she went and got her physical for school. It's that little yellow and something dress where she's standing there holding a little baggie full of stuff. Candace said that was the last time she wore it. That was in May, and that she brought it home, washed it, and then she wasn't able to find it after that. Candace received a lot of things for all the kids. It doesn't seem strange to me she downsized the collection of stuff. I wasn't saying that. I was just saying I would think that she would want stuff that Summer had actually played with in a memory box, or something that Summer really thought a lot of. Nope, look, that's a 60-watt bulb. I don't know then, hon. If someone we could take all the rumors and facts, check them and rule them out, people could focus on actual facts, not rumors, because rumors made Summer's case crazy. Well, I do believe you were asked to help out with that very project and you never called the person or never got a hold of the person. But you were asked to help out with that, Miss Discovery. Thank you very much. If the jacket is with Kathy, why haven't they got it for the stain on the seatbelt and jacket? I don't know, honey. In my opinion, the dress was in the suitcase they packed for summer. Disgusting, the truth. Amen. All right, Janet. Alpaca Maid says, discovering the truth. Count me in on that effort. All right, guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 36 minutes, and we are literally, I won't say running out of things to talk about, but I know and I want to, but Nana, you know my life's crazy and hectic right now. Bless my poor son. He's had a rough couple of years. I know, honey. But keep in mind, it would be something that you could do in your spare time if you felt like doing it. And it's the very exact same thing you're already doing. You would just actually have a roadmap of what to look for. May go over to Kim's and ask that question. LOL, I got slammed yesterday. What question? What question? Oh. Yeah, I'd say you probably would get slammed for that. Okay, the real Rock and Robin, you mentioned a suitcase. Where was Summers going? I have asked numerous times different people why was the suitcase being packed. Okay, in one of Marlena Crawford's interviews that she did with Lips, she told Lips that when her daughter Journey was over there, that, and I'm sorry for saying her name, I didn't mean to. Um, when her daughter was over there spending the night with Summer the weekend before Summer got gone, she walked in and saw them packing a suitcase, and she either asked about it or she just overheard them talking about Summer was going to be going away for a few days or going away. And she went back and told her mom about it. And that's Marlena told Lips about it. That bulb looked like maybe a plastic one that might have been at the vigil at Warriors. You can buy them at craft stores or even the dollar store. Um, Wild Cherry says they would love to help as far as getting that database together. That's definitely the jacket, maybe her swimsuit. Why did she put brand new items, bows in there though? But Dawn said recently it was because they were planning to move to Utah and it was out for that. Right. She said she bought a blue slushy, yeah. All right, this is the last one I'm going to do. I would like to think Summer is alive, but I really don't believe anyone would hide her for the Wells for nearly 2 years. But Dawn saying Summer's hair was longer now always threw me. Well, the thing about that is I'm sure. Now, this is my theory on that, okay? And after this, it'll be over, I think. Anyways, my theory on that is if he handed her off to somebody else, it was to get her away from the CPS. It was to maybe garner the money that would be coming in. And it wasn't expected to be for that long. So I mean, there's criminals out here every day that get paid to do criminal stuff, guys. Come on. All you had to do is say, hey, I'll split the money with you or whatever. You hang on to her for 6 months. There's a lot of nurses in here or ex-nurses or whatever. I'm sure possibly a doctor or two. How long would it take for a child to heal up where it would only be scar tissue? 6 months? A year? After the child was gone for so long, she could have been returned, because at that point in time, the only thing that may have showed up would have been scar tissue. And guess what? Then they couldn't have proved nothing on nobody, because, hey, it could have been whoever it was that took her that did the damage. So nothing would have ever been pinned on anybody. So they probably expected to have the person hang on to her for 6 months, whatever, and then bring her back and set her out. Only thing was, they didn't know that it was going to blow up like it did. They didn't know that the whole world was going to fall in love with this beautiful little angelic faced child, and that it was going to literally come back to bite them in their ass if, hypothetically, that is what happened. So after 6 months, what is the guilty party that's holding the child? What are they going to do? Come forward and say, hey, Don hired me to do this. I'm over it. Don't want to watch the kid no more. Here you go. This is what. No, because that darn person's going to go to prison now too. So just because they handed the child to somebody else and that person was holding her, oh, well, they wouldn't hold her for 2 years. Well, yeah, they're going to hold her for the rest of their darn life if they have to, because else their ass is gone to prison too. So, yeah, they'll hold that kid for as long as they have to, because then at that point, they're just as guilty as the person who put her there. Lorraine, maybe because she got rid of everything else and hid everything else. Thank you, Discovering. Yes, guys, don't forget to go and hit the sub or the like button, the thumbs up. Totally understandable. I've changed my mind on a couple of people, Allie, H, and a few others. Oh, wow. Ricky Morehouse, 2-year-old, burned in the bathroom while visit with mom. Has twin brother. Happened in Iowa. Woman on panel with CM said after so long, even scar tissue can't be detected after a while, as in they can't tell SA happened. Okay, so there you go. That's what I've been saying from the get-go. I mean, although I didn't know that the scar tissue itself would go away, but I do know that the child would heal up to a point to where they would not be able to determine when it happened. Thank you all for coming in today. Do not forget to hit the like and share the link if you can. Keep Summer's name out there. Summer's Army, Summer's Warriors. Keep the faith. Yeah, and guys, please don't just jump the gun and automatically assume that she's never coming home until there is a reason to believe she's not out there healthy, somewhere alive and breathing. Don't talk it into existence, okay? Until there's proof that she's not alive and well, then you have to believe she is. You have to. You cannot give up. There has been too many kids out there that have come back, that have been found. It may have took years, and like I said, they may have lived through hell while they were gone, but they have come back to become productive citizens of, productive citizens of the community. Please don't give up on her just yet. Please. Not only that, I just hate to think that there's another set of monsters out there. We have enough that we have to deal with, guys. We have hope she's going to be found more than mom and dad. And don't forget to join us for game night tomorrow night. It's going to be fun, interesting, possibly educational. If Summer is alive and well, she is being very well hidden. Well, how hard do you have to take, guys? Come on. Uh, uh, Paisley, I forget, Paisley Schultz, New York. Remember last year, she was hidden in under the stairs for 2 years. 2 years. She could have been placed with a group of people. I forget what you call them. It's not a cult, but a group of people who literally live off grid, and they homeschool their children, and only like the leaders of the group actually go to town and buy the groceries and stuff they need for the whole community. In that case, she would never be seen. She could have been placed in another state with another family and given a totally different name, as in like the Underground Railroad. This child's not safe at home. Need to get her out of here, put her somewhere safe. In that case, they can change their name and there's no problem about them going to school or anything else. Let me tell you guys, you can walk down the streets of Denver, Colorado, and with the right amount of money, and it's not that much money, with the right amount of money, buy the identity of pretty much anybody you want to be. Photo ID and all. Birth certificates. It's not that big of a deal to get one. I agree, Patricia. I know there's a lot of caves in that area, and I'm sure there's a lot of bunkers too. Preppers like isolated areas. Yes, and Karen Goad was definitely a prepper. Elizabeth Smart's case is a good documentary. She was in a position to talk, but was afraid and could have talked to a stranger. This entire case is sad. My heart breaks for Sweet Summer. She saved her brothers, though. All right, guys. We've got 10 minutes. Y'all need to start saying your goodbyes and your love yous and all that good stuff. And if a wealthy person has her, all the money in the world won't make them give her back. Some people will do anything for a child if they're of their own. Just wish we knew, right? My monkey number 10, not just the parents are lying, but everybody is lying, including Ellie. And in my opinion, with all the lies, everybody's lost their credibility. 100%. I pray in my heart Summer still with us. If she is not, we will still want her found, right, and brought back. I love you guys. Love your children. Call your parents. Appreciate your life. Thank the good Lord above every day. Every day you wake up and you're breathing. Appreciate everything you have in your life, because there's so many people who don't have that. No matter what you have, remember, somebody else has always got it worse. Love you, May. Yes, and appreciate every day that you wake up. Because remember, you never know. You may not wake up tomorrow. So live every day as if it's your last. And make sure that the people you care about and that you love, you let them know. You can do the same thing in New York City as walk down the street and buy IDs. Yeah, I'm sure you can. All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. It is. Mercy, hugs to you, sweetheart. And thank you again. Thank you, Robin. I will try to do my best to feel better. Prayers for all who are sick, not making it about me, but please say a prayer for my mom. 8th time positive COVID. She is very sick. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Prayers going up for her. Thanks for joining us today. And remember, it's not just Nana's channel, but our channel. And all people's opinions and theories are welcome. Exactly, Discovering. I do want everybody to remember that. All right. I love you guys. I will see you later. If I don't see you on a video or live before then, I'll see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow, guys. Don't forget. Show up and have some fun. Bye, guys.